The Tragic Journey of Marcel Melanga. Introduction. Imagine stepping off a plane, excited to reunite with your father after years apart, only to find yourself in handcuffs, accused of treason, and sentenced to death in a foreign land. This is the story of Marcel Melanga, a young American who became the face of an international crisis, a man caught between family loyalty and political warfare, a son who now waits in a prison cell, uncertain if he will ever see freedom again. A young man's American dream. Marcel Melanga was born and raised in the United States. He grew up in a world of opportunity, education, and security, far removed from the chaos of African politics. His father, Christian Melanga, was a controversial figure, an exiled Congolese politician and businessman who opposed the Congolese government. While Marcel lived an ordinary life in the U.S., his father dreamed of something far greater: power. But Marcel? He was not a politician, not a soldier, just a young man who wanted to know his father. The journey that changed everything. In May 2024, Marcel made a fateful decision. He boarded a plane to the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, to reunite with his father. He hadn't seen him in years. This was supposed to be a family visit. But within days of his arrival, Marcel's life changed forever. A coup, a death, a prisoner. On May 19, 2024, the streets of Kinshasa erupted in chaos. Gunmen stormed the presidential palace and government buildings, attempting to overthrow the government. The leader of the coup? Christian Melanga, Marcel's father. But the coup failed. Gunfire rang out. The military responded swiftly. Christian Melanga was shot dead. And in the aftermath, Marcel, his American son, was arrested. But here's the question: was he a terrorist, or just a victim of his father's ambitions? The trial: justice or tragedy? Marcel stood before a military court, facing treason charges. The world watched as he pleaded his case. "I didn't come here to fight. I just wanted to see my father. I was forced into this. I had no choice." His defense? He had been tricked, trapped, and threatened into participating in the failed coup. But the court saw it differently. In September 2024, he was sentenced to death, a young man, barely in his 20s, now awaiting execution. Life in prison, learning to survive. Locked inside Ndolo military prison, Marcel faced a new struggle: survival. He had no allies, no family, and barely spoke the local language. But he refused to break. He started learning Lingala, the language of his fellow prisoners. A young American, now adapting to life behind bars in a country he had barely known. What now? Will he be saved? For now, Marcel Melanga waits. His death sentence looms, but there is one glimmer of hope. The Democratic Republic of Congo hasn't carried out executions in over 20 years. His sentence might be reduced to life in prison. Meanwhile, the United States government watches closely. But will they intervene? Will they fight for his release? Or will Marcel Melanga fade away, another forgotten name in a prison thousands of miles from home? The big question: was he a victim or a criminal? So now I ask you, was Marcel Melanga an innocent victim? A son trapped in his father's dangerous world? Or was he a willing participant in a coup that could have changed a nation? No matter which side you choose, one thing is certain: his story is far from over. Thank you for listening. If this story shocked, moved, or intrigued you, don't forget to like, share, and follow Sunday Shiba for more incredible real-life stories.